Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Electra Forrester's fate to be revealed. Plus, Will Spencer has a vicious showdown with Remy Price. This fight will leave Will in deadly peril, however. There's also the situation with Luna Nozawa and Bill Spencer. Will was eventually suitable to get a hold of Electra on the phone. Will wanted to partake the good news about Electra's job at Forrester Creations. Still, Electra told Will that she was in trouble. While Electra didn't know exactly where she was, she did shoot Will her position. Meanwhile, Will is on his motorcycle and headed to the position where Electra was last at. What Will doesn't realize is that his life is in grave peril. Will ends up chancing Electra and Remy. While Electra will be saved, Will has a showdown with Remy. In that fight, both guys will contend that they're trying to save Electra. Will says he's guarding Electra from Remy and his deceptive visions. Still, Remy will contend he needs to save Electra from Will and the Forrester family. It really does make me wonder why Remy brings up the Forrester family. Is there further of a connection than we know? Luna will be stunned to be out of captivity. As Luna runs into Bill's arms, he'll lay down ground rules. So, it sounds like Bill might have gotten a judge to transfer Luna to house arrest. Still, Bill is smarter than this. It's quite possible that Bill has a plan to trick Luna and make sure she no way is suitable to kill again. The Forrester Creations preemption continues. What will Carter Walton and Hope Logan's coming move be? How will the Forrester family get their company back? What does the unborn hold for Electra, Remy, Will, Katie Logan, Ivy Forrester, and the other characters? Will Spencer comes to save Electra Forrester. When Will saves Electra, he'll get into a fierce dogfight with Remy Price. Electra kept trying to get down from Remy in the apartment. Electra's third pass worked, however. It sounded that the citation of harming Will eventually pushed Electra to fight back. Electra demurred Remy between the legs and took off out the door. Still, Electra didn't run toward Il Giardino or where people would be. Easily not allowing veritably easily, Electra sounded to run in the contrary direction through storages and empty manufactories. Will eventually knows Electra's position. Will also knows that Remy is after Electra. Will pets to the position Electra gave him, but she wouldn't be there. That's because Electra transferred that position before Remy chased her through the plant. Now cornered, Will must follow the suggestions and his instincts to save Electra in time. Will and Remy will end up facing each other. Will insists that he's guarding Electra from the Joe who ruined her life, not formerly, but doubly. Remy will contend that he's guarding Electra from Will as well as the Forrester family. Easily, Will triumphs in the end. While Remy might be transferred to captivity or internal installation, Electra and Will's peril might not be completely over yet. Bill Spencer is allowing. Bill got Luna Nozawa out of captivity, but has strict rules for her to follow. Bill must be doing commodity analogous to the Sheila Carter Sharp situation. Still, could Luna do the unbelievable while she's free again? Luna Nozawa got a shock when Bill Spencer actually granted her request and got her out of jail. Luna was freed from her impediment and led to the captivity transfer area, where Bill was staying in a glowing light with open arms. Now that Bill has come to Luna's deliverance, she'll have to play by his rules. Bill doesn't plan on just transferring Luna out into the world to beget further chaos, so she'll have to observe orders and prove she's a changed woman. Although Bill arranged for Luna's release, this may basically be a house arrest situation where Bill has taken charge of her. Anyhow, Bill has worked out enough sweet deal for Luna since she no longer has to live life behind bars. Will Luna be redeemed or eventually unleash more terror? Bill is giving Luna a parlous alternate chance, so it'll be intriguing to see what the long-term plan is for her. Considering Luna's festive response to Bill and Poppy Nozawa's bifurcation news, we've formerly seen signs that she's as manipulative as ever. It's tough to buy Luna's victim act, despite all her injuries and gashes. There's no guarantee that the other convicts really ganged up on Luna the way she claims. It's entirely possible that Luna pushed all the right buttons just to get herself beaten over enough to build a sob story. Whatever the case, Luna hasn't done anything to truly indicate that she's on a better path now. To be honest, Luna was a boring character until she started remedying drinks and locking Steffy Forrester in a pen. There's no reason to take Luna back into dull home at this point. The whole temporary insanity thing feels like a stretch, so redemption doesn't feel as likely as further manipulation and another occasion to go off the rails. Luna may play innocent and move Bill she's changed for the better, but it's presumably just a matter of time until she proves she's a dangerous troublemaker again. More Luna marvels are brewing, so we'll bring you updates on any curveballs and prognostications on the rest of her rearmost bow. The show featured some instigative additions along with some striking cuts in the new interpretation of the opening credits, which debuted suckers couldn't help but notice that Matthew Atkinson and Joshua Hoffman had been removed. Of course, that doesn't inescapably mean that Thomas and RJ are done raising for good. That said, it does shoot a clear communication about RJ and Thomas no longer being characters of real significance. Obviously doesn't have any big plans for Thomas and RJ moving forward, so they were given the charge from the opening credit sequence. That made room for Linnea Grace to get included through some glowing new snaps. We also spotted some fresh Tanner Novlan prints, including one of handsome Finn and Croker. Mode. It always gets observers' attention when the rearmost opening credits are unveiled, especially when it comes to characters who aren't featured presently. Thomas suckers have been wrangled up on social media since they were hoping Matthew Atkinson might return and get some airtime. Unfortunately, Atkinson right out of the opening sequence rather. That doesn't forebode well for Atkinson's future as Thomas, but we'll be sure to give you updates on any sanctioned appearances and goings news. As for Joshua Hoffman's junking, it doesn't feel like that's brought as important outrage. RJ hasn't been involved in a major plot since Luna Nozawa landed in jail, but he hasn't been missed all that important. Luna and RJ were formerly a sweet couple to cheer on, at least until Luna went off the rails. Now Electra and Will Spencer have taken over as B&B's cute brace to root for. It's a little surprising that the show didn't throw RJ into the rearmost Logan and Forrester drama, since he's a member of both families. Still, RJ hasn't been a huge mega hit with observers, so it's not exactly provoking addict fury now that he's gone. The show must go on, so stick with us for further prognostications on what's ahead for the remaining characters on Oil. Electra is the hot new jewelry developer in Los Angeles. She got her big break at Forrester Creations. Still, Katie fired Electra no thanks to Remy's deep fakes of her. Electra's blasting exposed Katie's insincerity. Katie didn't want another reproach to be. She formerly had to clean up after Carter and Hope's sins. How does FC move forward after an achievement attempt? Also, Katie entered the doctored prints of Electra on her phone. She snappily arranged a meeting with Brooke about the putatively raw prints. They both agreed that it was better to give Electra the pink slip rather than let her partake her side of the story. They didn't indeed tell her why she was fired. Both Brooke and Katie were in the wrong. They took issue with the Forrester putatively having raw prints floating around on the internet. Katie indeed took it as far as to say that Electra wasn't as sweet or nice as she comes through. While it's accessible that Forrester Creations wanted to avoid another reproach, this just revealed Katie's insincerity with the Forresters. Katie took issue with Electra potentially having raw prints. But they were altered by Remy. And if she did have raw prints, would it be such a big reproach? The Logans have posed raw in the history. Brooke posed topless formerly for her Brooke's bedroom line. Unexpectedly, it was actually Stephanie's idea. She allowed. It would produce a good reproach for Forrester Creations. Donna also posed raw in her fluorescence. She was induced to bear all for a European magazine. Bill saw the prints and published them in an American magazine. At first, the shoot caused shock and admiration, but it was no longer a big deal. Donna didn't lose her career over it. Indeed, if the prints were real, Electra wouldn't have been the only one to do it. The Logans have posed in the buff and kept their jobs. This shows that Katie also takes issues with the Forresters. She presumably doesn't like the idea of her son while dating a forester.